Lanesville.
We are live here at Lanesville Senior High School, and we've got Lady Lions facing off against the Lanesville Eagles. And starting jumping here for Salem is number 15, Alexis Maudlin, up against number 12 for Lanesville. That is Libby Sayer. She's a 5'7" senior. And the tip-off happened, and it became a jump ball. Amity Bat on the floor against A.J. James for Lanesville, and they're going to do another toss-up here. This is the first quarter of the Salem Lady Lions versus Lanesville Lady Eagles, and it looks like they're going to have the two people who were in the jump ball. They're going to jump for it, which I've never seen before. So Amity Bat is going to jump against A.J. James. Amity Bat is 5'5". She's the point guard freshman, and A.J. James is a 5'7" senior. And the ball is up. A.J. James tips it back to her teammate, Allie Campbell. And number 24, Magner, is going to bring it up the court to Simler. Simler does a little backdoor pass, but it's intercepted by Hadley Keith for Salem. Now Maudlin's got the ball back to Hadley Keith, who feeds it in to Redmond in the post. Redmond puts it up and in from the post, and that's going to give Salem 2, Lanesville 0 with 7:27 in the first quarter here. And now for Lanesville, we've got number 13, James, with the ball over to the corner to Magner, back to Simler, to Magner, and it's skip pass over to the left side to Sayer, who feeds it in to the paint to number 21. That was Simler, and it was a turnover. Salem got it, and now it's on Salem's side. And a nice pass into the post by Salem's Hollowell. She fed it into Redmond. Redmond turned around in the post and put it right in. That's going to give Salem a quick lead 4-0 here against Lanesville. Lanesville call it momentum. We've got a 30-second timeout here. We're going to do a commercial break. Stay tuned for the Salem Lady Lions versus Lanesville Lady Eagles.
Introduce the family and friends to one of home cooking from Mama Rosa's in Salem. Whether you're getting that one-of-a-kind tasting pizza, baked spaghetti, hot sandwiches, or a variety of other Italian food and artisan pizzas, Mama Rosa's has something for everyone. Open Tuesday through Thursday 4 to 9 for dining and carry-out, 5 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Sundays from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Mama Rosa's brings their famous pizza buffet to you on Fridays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for just $12.99.
All right, we're back, and Lanesville now has the ball. Number 24 at the top of the key, that's Magner, and they pass it into the post. James dribbles in from the block, puts it up and in, and that's going to give they called something. They may have called a travel. That's the 4-0 Salem. Now Maudlin's got the ball for Salem. He's it into Redmond. Runs it out to Pat. Pat goes ahead and dribbles it into the paint, puts it up. It's close. Rebounded by number 13, A.J. James. And Brock is back from Salem, Indiana. Hi, Brock.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Oh, well. Certainly a pleasure.
last, and it gets to Hollowell, who buries a three. Now it's 7-0. 4:52 to play, Kelsey, in the first quarter. The Lions on top of the Lanesville Lady Eagles early.
All right, we got number 21 bringing it up the court. 24, that's Magnus. He feeds it over to Allie Campbell. Allie Campbell to number 21. Ava Simler with the three. She misses. And now we've got Allie Campbell with the ball again. She passes it over to Libby Sayer. Libby Sayer to Magner. And Magner's got the ball again, passes it over to Simler. Simler dribbling in. Passes it across court to number 13. That's A.J. James. And Redmond gets in on that, steals it, passes it over to Maudlin. And now Amity Bat bringing it up the court. Picks up her dribble, passes it into Redmond in the paint. Redmond over to Sydney Wilson. Wilson to Maudlin, over to Caldwell to Maudlin to Bat. Bat dribbles into the paint, but she falls down, and it looks like it's going to be a foul on number 24. And that's Lanesville's Madeline Magner. And coming into the game for Maudlin and Hollowell are going to be Adley Day and...
Amity Bat.
No, Amity Bat was already in. It was Hadley Keith.
Hadley Keith re-entering the contest.
Yes. 3:54 left here in the first quarter. Redmond with the ball. Now over to Hadley Keith. To Amity Bat. Amity Bat dribbles in to the post, shoots it, and draws the shooting foul. And that foul's going to be on number 15 for Lanesville. That's Mallory Kelton.
That was a nice aggressive move from Amity Bat, getting into the paint and drawing the contact.
Bat with her first free throw, no good. And she's going to prepare for her second. 3:45 left in the first quarter. 0-7. Salem with an early lead here against the Lanesville Lady Eagles. Amity Bat puts in her second free throw. That's going to give Salem 8 points. And now Magner for Lanesville brings it up.
Lanesville yet to score.
And 21 Simler with the ball. Passes it over to Sayer. Sayer shoots about a 10-footer, misses, and Sydney Wilson and the Lanesville person, number 13.
It's a tie-up.
A.J. James. Jump ball. So that possession is Salem. So Hadley Keith brings it up the court for Salem. Amity Bat now in the left corner. Dribbles, hands it off to Redmond. Redmond stolen away by 24, and then Redmond tries to get it back. That was number 24, Madeline Magner for Lanesville with the steal.
Magner collapsed there on Redmond as she was making her post move.
Yep.
For those who couldn't see.
If they could see, you would have got to see a nice little reenactment from Brock. So we got Lanesville with the ball now. Magner over to Simler. Get pass over everyone's head to number, who is that, 10, I think, or here, 15.
Number
Kelton.
15, Mallory Kelton, just inside the three-point line. 2 points.
First point for Lanesville. And they're going to call
I don't know what that maneuver means.
Either.
A swimming dolphin?
The ref blew the whistle on Hadley Keith, who was dribbling at the top of the key.
Must have been a carrying violation.
Yeah, he did a pushing and curving down motion. We don't know what that meant, but it was like carry. So now Lanesville with the ball.
A nice defense by Sydney Wilson.
Libby Sayer got the ball in the post, turned around, and then what did Sydney Wilson do?
She stood her ground, hands were straight up, and the Lanesville Eagles player lost it out of bounds. But the out-of-bounds play leads to a wide-open three. That's missed. But offensive rebound, Eagles, right?
Yep. So we got Ava Simler feeding in the post to number 12, Sayer. And she kicks it out to Magner, who shoots a three in the corner, misses. Now Salem's got possession. Hadley Keith with the ball, bringing it up the court. Passes it to Redmond. Redmond to Wilson. Wilson back to Redmond.
Oh, with the roll.
Redmond puts it up a little off balance in the paint, and she is fouled and falls over. And the ball, how would you describe?
I would say that it rolled around the rim, and then it did go in.
Yep.
I think it should also be noted, Kelsey, that Adley Day had a nice rebound over on this end that led to the fast break opportunity over there for Redmond.
Yes. Thank you for pointing that out.
You're welcome.
So right now Salem's got 10 and Lanesville's got 2. Redmond with her free throw. That is good.
There was also a good pass from Sydney Wilson into Marissa Redmond.
Yes. Agreed. So Salem's got 11 now. Lanesville's got 2. 2:04 left here in the first quarter. And Magner's going to bring it up for Lanesville. Passes it off to number 21, Ava Simler. Passes it over to Elena Romeo, who just came into the game for Lanesville. Magner to Romeo. Romeo dribbles over to the left side, hands it off to Simler. Simler looking for an open person. Back to Magner. Feeds it into, oh, here we go. Simler with a three-pointer. Misses. And that's rebounded by Libby Sayer. And there's a, how would you describe that?
I would say that Adley Day bumped an eagle, little hip check type of an action in the corner, and said Lady Eagle fell backwards and out of bounds, and a personal foul was called against Adley Day. That's 3 team fouls for the period. Oh, stolen by Adley Keith.
Adley Keith bringing it up the court in a fast break, and Magner gets their hand in it, steals it back, and now Sayer is bringing it up. She goes in for a layup, and it's blocked by Alexis Moblin. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Lanesville's ball. And we've got number 24, Magner, passing it in. Into Sayer, back to Magner, to Sayer, to Simler, to Romeo, to Simler, to Sayer, and back to Romeo in the left side, and they're going to call, I'm not sure.
It's going to be an offensive foul. Personal foul. It was like an illegal screen.
On who? Number 11, Adley Campbell.
Correct.
Salem now with the ball. Hadley keeps bringing it up. There's 56 seconds left here in the first quarter. Over to Moblin. Moblin dribbling, picks up her dribble, passes it over to...
Ooh, nice maneuver. That's Hollowell driving baseline.
She shoots it, misses. And Adley Day shoots the three from the corner, misses. And now Lanesville's got the ball with 36 seconds left here in the first quarter. Romeo bringing it up, handing it off to Magner. Magner over to Campbell, to Magner, to Romeo, to Magner. Back to Romeo, feeds it in the post, and she throws it over her head, but Moblin gets a hand on it before it gets tipped out of bounds, so it's going to be Lanesville's ball under their basket. 20 seconds left here in the first quarter, 11-2. Salem leading against the Lanesville Eagles. Sayer with the ball, passes it off to Magner. Now Romeo with the ball, dribbling all the way into the paint, kicks it off to Campbell on the right wing. She shoots a three, misses, and it's knocked out of bounds by Lanesville. Nope, they're going to call that out of bounds on Salem. It's going to be Lanesville's ball with 6.7 seconds. They're passing it in under their basket. Score is 11-2, Salem leading. Magner with the ball, feeds it into the post, and the post, number 12, Libby Sayer. She dribbles once, turns, shoots it, misses. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Salem leading 11-2 against Lanesville. And right now Salem is on a 3-win run. The first time since 2021 that they've won 3 games in a row. And we did not cover any of them because they were at a tournament.
It was in the far-off land of Elwood, Indiana.
Correct. And they played Shenandoah, who's a 2A team, Elwood, who's a 2A team, and Brown County, who's a 2A team. They won,
Go ahead, yeah.
They beat Shenandoah 59-33, Elwood 60-29, and Brown County 66-35. So Salem's on a pretty good run here. We've won now 5 games and lost 10, but things seem to be looking up for them.
Those are convincing wins, too. Those are not close.
Right.
They were beat down, sounds like.
Yep.
And I'd say we're favored coming into this game if you're a Salem fan. Lanesville coming in with a 7-11 record, right?
Mm-hmm. Brock, you have to go because you have to pick up our child at
Right now?
play practice. Yes.
All right.
At 7:30, and it's about 15-minute drive to get there. And she's been getting out early. All right, here we go. Hadley Keith with the ball now, kicking off the second quarter. Hadley Keith kicking it over to Amity Bat. It is intercepted by Magner, who dribbles down, shoots the layup, misses, and is rebounded by Hadley Keith. Hadley Keith bringing it up the court, passes it off to number 22, Hollowell. 3-point up, no good. Rebounded by number 12, Libby Sayer. Ava Simler with the ball now, passing it over to Romeo. Now to Magner. Magner to Simler. Simler feeds it into the post to number 13, A.J. James. James turns and shoots it, and that is good. That's going to give Salem 11, Lanesville 4. Now, we've got Kinsley Hollowell shoots a 3 from the left corner. She misses, and Lanesville gets the ball. And now Lanesville turns around, shoots it from the post. That's Libby Sayer. She misses, and Salem gets the rebound and dribbles down. And let's see what just happened here. Number 22 for Salem, Kinsley Hollowell, was getting a pass and went over her head, and she accidentally knocked down a Lanesville person out of bounds as she was trying to catch it. It's going to be Lanesville's ball. There was they did call a foul, actually. So that's going to be a foul on Hollowell. Their first for this first quarter, or for the second quarter. 6:46 left in the second quarter. We've got Magner over to Romeo for Lanesville, who feeds a cross pass into the post to James. James shoots it, misses. Amity Bat now with the ball, bringing it up the court, being guarded by 2 people from Lanesville, Magner and Romeo. She tries to pass it off, and it's deflected and knocked out of bounds. So Adley Day passing it in now to Hadley Keith. Keith passing it over to Sydney Wilson. Back to Keith. Keith picks up her dribble, passes to Adley Day on the right side, back to Keith. Keith takes some dribbles in, tries to hit Redmond, and there's a collapse of humans on the floor. And now Lanesville ends up with it. Number 21, Ava Simler, bringing it up the court for Lanesville. And she passes it to Romeo. It goes across half court and back because it was off Salem, so they're not going to call it over and back. So we've got 21, Simler with the ball. She passes it off to Magner. Magner shoots just inside the 3-point line on the left side, misses. And subbing in for Libby Sayer for Lanesville is going to be number 11, Allie Campbell. And now Lanesville's taking it out under their basket. Number 21, Simler shoots a 3, misses. Rebounded by Allie Campbell, chased down. Romeo now with the ball over to Magner on the right side, who skips it over to Simler, back to Magner, who feeds it into the post to A.J. James. It was a good look, but it was a little high and a little hard, and it went out of bounds right off her hands. Amity Bat and Redmond coming out of the game. Maudlin and Hollowell coming back in for Salem. Hadley Keith bringing it up the court, being guarded by Madeline Magner. Over to Maudlin, back to Keith. And now Hollowell in the left corner, or right corner, I'm sorry. Hadley Keith over to Maudlin, to Adley Day in the left side, over to Maudlin, who skips it over to Hollowell in the right corner. Hollowell shoots a 3, airballs it. Adley Day grabs it, puts it up, misses. And then Sydney Wilson gets the rebound of that, and she puts it in. So she was under the basket. That's going to give Salem 2 more. Salem now with 13 points, and she drew the foul. So she's going to get on the free throw line here and try to get us 14. And Lanesville now Romeo and Simler exiting the game. And I did not catch, let's see, Mallory Kelton came in, and I don't know who the other person was. Sydney Wilson with that free throw misses. It's rebounded by Lanesville's number 13, A.J. James, who now has the ball, hands it off to Magner, and now Kelton with the ball, passes it inside, and it's back out to Magner. Magner over to A.J. James. She dribbles into the post, passes it off, but it's intercepted by Hadley Keefe, but Keefe managed to go out of bounds on the sideline, so that's going to be Lanesville's ball. The score is 13-4 with 4:30 left here in the second quarter. Magner with the ball for Lanesville now, passing it over to Kelton. A.J. James, Magner to Kelton again. A.J. James now with the ball. Stolen right out of her hands. Hadley Day brings it up now. Hadley Keefe passes it off to Sydney Wilson, and it's ripped right out of her arms by A.J. James. Lanesville now dribbles down, and there's a foul called on the floor. I believe it's going to be on Sydney Wilson. Number 12. Okay, that is Hadley Day. So she's going to come out. Hadley Keefe coming out. Amity Bat coming in. Redmond coming in for Salem. And there's 4 minutes left here in the second quarter. Number 12 with the three-pointer. That's Liddy Sayer. No good. Rebounded by number 15, Mallory Kelton. And they're going to call travel on her underneath the basket. So it's going to be Salem's ball. 3:55 left here in the second quarter. So we've got Salem bringing it up the court. Hollowell with the ball, passing it to the right side to Bat. Bat gets a travel call. She did a little stutter step as she started to dribble. So it's going to be Lanesville's ball under opposite side of their basket. Score is 13-4. Salem leading against the Lanesville Lady Eagles. Number 24 brings 24. I'm sorry. Magner brings it up the court. Sayer over to A.J. James, and there's a scuffle on the floor, but Lanesville recovers it. Nice hustle play by Hollowell, who gets on the floor, gets a hand in there, but ultimately Lanesville ends up with it. They're going to call a foul on Black, number 1, which is Amity Bat. That's going to be her first, the team's third for this second quarter. And number 15, Kelton for Lanesville. She shoots it just within the three-point line. No good. And then Hollowell answers that on Salem's side. She shoots it from the three-point line on the right side. No good. Lanesville gets the rebound, takes it back to their side. Hollowell just intercepts that. Dribbles down for a fast break on the left side and tries to put it up from the block. She's fouled, and she's going to shoot 2 free throws for Salem. That foul was on Lanesville's number 12, Libby Sayer. That's her first foul, the team's second foul for this second quarter. And that free throw for Kinsley Hollowell, that first one is good. So that's going to give Salem 14 and Eagles a 4. Hollowell with the second free throw is good. So Salem 15, Lanesville 4 with 3 minutes left here in the second quarter. We've got Sayer with the ball over to James, over to Sidler. Now Sidler with the ball again. In the paint, she passes it off to A.J. James, to Kelton. Kelton off to Sayer. there at the top of the key over to Magner. Magner skip pass. She tries to feed it in the post, but Mallory Kelton overshoots. She's running out the pass, and it goes way over her head and out of bounds. So that's going to be Salem's ball. 4-15, Salem's lead with 2:31 here left in the second quarter. There's one Lanesville person pressing. That's Magner. Hadley Keith now passes it over to Maudlin. Maudlin feeds it into the post for Redmond, but it's stolen by number 24, Magner. And there was a pass. I'm not sure what he called there, but there was a pass. It went out of bounds, and now it's going to be Salem's ball opposite of their basket with 2:13 left in the second quarter. Amity Bat passing it in. Some pressure by Magner. Hadley Keith bringing it up. Passes it to Amity Bat to the left side to Hollowell. Hollowell feeding it into Redmond. Redmond kicks it out. Three-pointer by Hadley Keith on the right side is good. That's going to give Salem 18 and Lanesville Eagles 4. And Magner brings it up, and she gets called for a double dribble. And there's going to be a timeout call by Lanesville. It's going to be a full timeout, so we're going to do a quick commercial break. We will be back in a minute or less. Stay tuned to hear the Salem Lady Lions versus Lanesville Lady Eagles.
At Papa John's, get your everyday favorites for just $6.99 each when you order 2 or more items from the Papa Pairings menu. When you order more, you save more. Choose from medium one-topping pizzas, boneless or traditional wings, papadillas, breadsticks, cheese sticks, garlic knots, and desserts. It's easy to order all your favorites when they're just $6.99 each. So the next time your friends come over to eat your food, check out the Papa Pairings menu to save. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Back. We just came out of timeout. Salem Lady Lions versus the Lanesville Lady Eagles. The score is 18-4. Salem leading with 1:51 left in the second quarter. This is Salem just came off of 3 in a row wins at a tournament. I believe it was in Elwood. They beat Shenandoah, Elwood, and Brown County, and that's the first time we've won 3 games in a row since 2021. So improvements are happening, which is awesome. Salem now with the ball over to Amity Bat. Bat tries to drive it in to the paint, and she gets the shot off, and she's fouled by number 15, and that is Mallory Kelton. She's gonna Amity Bat's gonna shoot 2. The score is 18-4, and that free throw is good. That's going to give Salem 19. And checking back into the game is Allie Campbell for Mallory Kelton for Lanesville, and Amity Bat's going to take her second free throw. That one she banks in, and that one's good. It's going to give Salem 20, Lanesville 4, with 1:29 left here in the second quarter. Lanesville with the ball now, tries to feed it into the post, but Sydney Wilson gets a hand on it and knocks it over to a Lanesville person. And Magner now with the ball, picks up her dribble, skips it over to number 21, Simler, who shoots a 3. It's short. Salem gets the rebound. Hadley Keith now bringing it up the court. She picks up her dribble, passes it to Sydney Wilson. Sydney Wilson tries to hit number 22, Hollowell, but it's deflected by a Lanesville defender, and Lanesville went down, shot it under the basket. It was no good. Redmond then took off for a fast break for Salem, and she was tripped by a Lanesville person, number 24, Madeline Magner. That's going to be Magner's second foul, the team's 4th foul for this quarter. So if they get any more fouls, Salem will be shooting 2. 47 seconds left in the second quarter. Hadley Keith bringing it up the court, hands it off to Hollowell. Hollowell picks up her dribble at the top of the key, passes it to Bat. over to over to Keith. Keith feeds it in to Redmond. Redmond kicks it back out to her. He shoots a three, misses, and it's rebounded by Lanesville with 25 seconds. Magner feeds it into the post to James, and they kick that out to number 21, Simler, who shoots a three. She's short, and Bat brings it up the court. She was about to shoot a layup, but it was swatted out of her hands by Simler. And Lanesville took it back to their side, and the refs blew the whistle, and they're going to call a foul on number 30. Let's see, they're going to call a foul on Sydney Wilson for Salem. That's going to be her first. Both teams now have 4 fouls, but there's only 8 seconds left in this quarter. Simler with a three-pointer from the left corner, and that is good. That's going to give them 7 points. Hadley Keith shoots. Oh, my gosh. Hadley Keith shoots from half court. A last-second shot, just a throwaway shot, and banks it in from half court. So Salem is now going to go into the locker room, 23 points, and the Lanesville Eagles have 7. That was amazing. What a fun way to end that quarter. So we've got a 9-minute, 45 seconds left until we return. Stay tuned for some stats and commercials from our sponsors, and we will give you some updates here shortly on stats and return back to the game. The score going into halftime is Salem Lady Lions 23, Lanesville Lady Eagles 7.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward Rehabilitation Program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Your farm is more than just land. It's your livelihood and your passion. Springer Insurance and Indiana Farmers Insurance will work with you to review your farm's unique needs and find the right coverage for your home, barn, buildings, equipment, and more. Call Aaron at Springer Insurance in Salem at 812-896-3687 for a farm policy that works as hard as you do.
At Papa John's, get your everyday favorites for just $6.99 each when you order 2 or more items from the Papa Pairings menu. When you order more, you save more. Choose from medium one-topping pizza, boneless or traditional wings, papadillas, breadsticks, cheese sticks, garlic knots, and desserts. It's easy to order all your favorites when they're just $6.99 each. So the next time your friends come over to eat your food, check out the Papa Pairings menu to save. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Drew and Jonathan Scott here to tell you that American Family Insurance is committed to protecting your dream home so that your family has a place to share laughs, celebrations, and milestones, which is why their new homeowner discount rewards customers who have purchased a new home in the last 3 years with a discount on their homeowner's policy. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Contact Rodney Bruff, agent at Rodney S. Bruff Agency Incorporated, 812-277-1400 today.
Discount and savings amounts and eligibility will vary. Some restrictions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, its operating company, 6,000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin. Products not available in every state.
Progressive presents the Fashion and Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely picks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker, so after the first one picks you out, you see the second, and you're like, oh, right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations covered, subject to policy terms.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Commissioner Paul Neidig.
One final time in 2025, welcome
That's Paul Neidig. I'm Brendan King. Paul, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and soon to be a Happy New Year to you, my man. Hey, when you think about 2025, just in general, what comes to mind for you in the IHSAA for a full breakdown of the year?
Well, I think anytime we end a year, we look back and celebrate the highlights. I think anytime, from my perspective, we have student athletes that get to grow up in an education-based athletic system with coaches who truly care about their well-being, but also challenge them to be in growth mindset where they continue to get better. They learn lessons. They learn things that they can take through with the rest of their life. And it's not always fun. It's not always easy, but it's also valuable. And I would challenge anybody that's out there that's doing great things with their life as an education-based athlete. I think they would all contribute the lessons that they've learned when they were in high school to their success in their adult careers.
And I know you guys are constantly meeting together at the IHSAA, talking about how you can improve things, talking about how things can change for the positive, directly impacting kids' lives. But in terms of goal setting, Paul, from year to year for 2026, and I understand that, the summer is kind of the time from academic year to academic year. But is there any specific goal setting that you guys embark on for a new year like 2026 coming up?
Well, we constantly talk about how to make the organization better. To make it better, we have to have appropriate rules and regulations to support an education-based athletic system. So we're constantly reviewing the bylaws of the association. We're constantly reviewing where we need to be in the future. We constantly look at what's going on across the country at the collegiate level and even at the high school level to see how we can continue to evolve and maintain our mission. We just released our annual report, and we do have an enduring mission of education-based athletics, but we also understand that has to continue to evolve to be relevant. And we've been in that same kind of growth mindset since 1903, and we're going to continue to be there this next year, and I'm sure it'll be met with some changes that match what our educational environments are within our local high schools.
Paul, anytime folks are at games, of course, a huge part of any IHSAA sporting event are the officials and the referees. And, you and I talk about it a lot, but, for anybody out there who attends a game and says, this is a way I think I could give back to my community, what do you say to them about, hey, make the jump, take the chance, become an official here in 2026?
Well, I would challenge anybody that loves the game, that really wants to get back. And a lot of people do it through coaching, and they do it through spectator. But a great way to do it is officiating. And, it's a tough job at times, but it's also rewarding because the companionship among other officials is something that it's just incredible. They get along, they support each other, and we don't get to play the games. I didn't get to play without great officials who wanted to get back to the game, and that is still today. And I would challenge anybody that if they've ever been inclined to do so, now's a great time in 2026 to sign up and become an official. And it doesn't have to be at the varsity level. Maybe that would be the goal. But a lot of our officials are licensed to our system. They just get back at the youth level, and we're wonderful. We're supportive of that also. But get out there, become an official, and get back to the game we all learn to love.
And, Paul, last thing, not just becoming an official, but just attending sporting events, supporting your local community. I hear you on the commercials all the time. Buy a ticket, support your local school. At the end of the day, that makes a huge difference.
It does. Local high schools in Indiana run their athletic departments based upon the people who buy tickets to go to their game. That's so important. And other states are different, but Indiana is unique, and we like it that way because the primary way that they buy uniforms and buy meals for the kids and support their fun to be able to support the kids is through buying a ticket. So I want to challenge everybody in 2026, if you haven't been in a while, get out there, buy a ticket, go to your local high school and watch a game because you will enjoy that dollar that you spend as much as any professional or any collegiate athlete or any collegiate opportunity that you get to. And so get out there and watch those kids.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Serving Indy.
We are here at the Salem Lady Lions versus Lanesville Lady Eagles game here at Lanesville Senior High School. And I had said we'd be back in 10 minutes, but I didn't realize that they were having a little cheer clinic for halftime, so that 10-minute clock was actually for the cheer clinic girls. They stopped the clock at 3 minutes so they could introduce all the little girls in the cheer clinic. And then there will be further time for the varsity basketball players to warm up. So it may be a little bit longer than I had initially said. I apologize about that. The clock is stopped right now at 3 minutes during the halftime. So in case you're just now tuning in, the score is Lady Lions are winning right now. It's 23-7 against the Lanesville Lady Eagles. And Salem is coming off of a 3-game winning streak. They played in a tournament over the holiday break, and they beat 3 teams. It was Shenandoah, Elwood, and Brown County. And I talked to Coach Tomlinson before the game. He said this was the first time that Salem girls have won 3 games in a row since 2021. So that's awesome. There's growth. That's amazing. Salem is right now 5-10. This game, we don't want to draw any conclusions, but this game is looking good so far. Salem with 23, Lanesville with 7, and we've got some stats here for Salem. Amity Bat has ended the first half with 3 points. Marissa Redmond with 7. Hadley Keith with 6. Kinsley Hollowell with 5. And Cindy Wilson with 2. And Hadley Keith, if you didn't hear it, had an awesome last-second shot right before going into halftime. She just threw up haphazardly a half-court shot with 1 second left, and it banked right in, which was a really cool and fun way to end the first half for Salem. And we'll go to Lanesville stats. We've got, we got AJ Sayer with 2 points, Mallory Kelton with 2, Ava Simler with 3 points, and that gives Lanesville 7 for the total first half. So we'll do, Amity Bat, points 3, rebounds 2, personal fouls 1, and then Marissa Redmond, points 7, rebounds 2, 3. Let's see, assists 1. Hadley Keith, 6 points, 1 rebound, 1 foul, 1 assist. And Kinsley Hollowell with 5 points, 1 foul, 1 assist. So, and Cindy Wilson, 2 points, 2 rebounds. 4 total rebounds. 2 offensive, 2 defensive, 1 foul, and, All right, so we got 24 seconds before the third quarter starts. We're going to do a quick commercial break, and stay tuned to hear the second half of, actually, we're not going to have time for a commercial. We're going to do the second half right now of the Salem Lady Lions versus Lanesville Lady Eagles. It's going to be Lanesville's ball on the sideline. Number 13 passing it in for Lanesville. That's A.J. James. Salem pressing, and it's passed in to number 21, Ava Simler. She picks up her dribble, passes it over to James. James takes a few dribbles, and they're going to call a foul on Salem, either Hadley Keith or Amity Bat. I'm not sure yet. Black 11, that's going to be Hadley Keith. That's going to be Hadley's second foul of the game, first team foul for this quarter. Lanesville passes it in, and it is swiped right out of her hands under the basket by Amity Bat. And Maudlin brings it up the court, passes it over to Redmond. Now Bat's got it at the top of the key. She starts to take off, but Lanesville gets a hand in there and steals it away. Number 13, A.J. James, goes down, shoots a layup, misses, and it's recovered by Magner, who rebounds and puts it in. That's going to give the Eagles 9 points, Salem 23 here, kicking off the third quarter. Hadley Keith with the ball over to Bat. Bat passes it in to Maudlin, and they're going to blow a whistle there. 23. Oh, number 13, I'm sorry. That's going to be A.J. James, her first foul, team's first foul, and that's going to be Hadley Keith taking it out for Salem. She passes it into Redmond. Redmond gets a shot off. It's short, and it's rebounded by Lanesville. Magner driving hard down to her basket to put it in, and there's a foul on the floor before she gets to the basket. And that's going to be on Hollowell for Salem. Her second, team second for the third quarter. And Magner passes it in to Simler. Simler passes it back to Magner, back to Simler. Back to Magner, who feeds it into the post to James. And James kicks it back out to Sayer. And Magner puts up a three, misses. It's rebounded by James. And Magner shoots it, misses. And now Hadley Keith bringing it up the court, passes it ahead to Hollowell. Hollowell feeds it into Redmond. Redmond shoots, and it looked like she was fouled on the way up. And they're going to call, I believe, an offensive on Redmond. Yep, they're going to call a charge, I guess, on her, is what you would call it. So that's going to be Salem's third foul here in the third quarter. Magner tries to pass it into the post. It's stolen away by Maudlin. Maudlin passes it ahead to Hadley Keith, but A.J. James from Lanesville gets a hand on it and knocks it out of bounds. So Keith is going to now pass it in. Keith passing it into Hollowell, back to Keith in the left corner. Keith passing it over to Redmond in the paint. And Redmond is swamped by two or three girls there. And they're going to call a foul on number 24, Magner, for Lanesville. That's her third, her team second for the third quarter. Hollowell with the three-pointer on the left side. Misses long, rebounded by Maudlin. Maudlin over to Bat, feeds it into a wide-open Redmond. Redmond turns, shoots it, and she makes it, and she draws the foul. And that foul's going to be on Lanesville's Libby Sayer. So Salem now with 25, Lanesville with 9, 6-12 in the third quarter. And Redmond's going to take her free throw. She makes it. Salem now with 26 points. Libby Sayer passing it ahead to Campbell. Now Magner with the ball over to Simler. Simler feeds it into the post to number 12, Libby Sayer. She turns and puts it up. She misses, but they're going to call a foul on Alexis Maudlin for Salem. So that's going to be Maudlin's second foul. Salem's fourth team foul with only 2 minutes into the third quarter. We've had a lot of whistles to stop the clock. So number 12, Libby Sayer shoots her first free throw. That one was good, giving the Eagles 10 points, Salem 26. Libby Sayer with her second free throw. That one's clean and good. Maudlin passing it in to Keith. Keith bringing it up the court, guarded by Magner. Passes it over to Maudlin. Maudlin to Hollowell on the right corner. Hollowell picks up her dribble, passes it to Keith. Over to Maudlin. Maudlin, a hard pass into Bat in the post. Bat in trouble. Passes it to Redmond. Redmond to Hollowell. Hollowell shoots it. A 10-footer on the right side. Misses. Now Lanesville with the ball. A.J. James puts it in the post. Little up and under maneuver. Up and over maybe. But that's going to give the Eagles 13, Salem 26. Redmond with the ball, Hollowell in the right corner. Hollowell with the three-pointer is good. Going to give Salem 29, Eagles 13. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. And Lanesville now passing it around. James with the ball on the right side to Magner. Magner picks up her dribble, passes it to Simler. Simler feeds it across the court. They try to feed it in to Libby Sayer in the post, and it gets knocked out of bounds by Salem's Amity Bat. Nice little hustle play, and it's going to be Magner taking it out under their basket. Magner passes it in to Simler. Simler shoots a three, misses, long. Magner gets the rebound, passes it to James. James back to Magner in the right corner. Magner feeds it, tries to feed it into the paint, and it's long. Redmond now for Salem brings it up, passes it in the paint to Hadley Keith. Keith shoots it from under the basket, and she misses it, but she's clobbered by Lanesville's number 24, Magner. So that's going to be Magner's fourth foul, and her team's fourth. So Keith with the free throw, she misses the first one. And coming into the game for Magner is going to be Romeo, and coming out is also Allie Campbell, and entering for her is Mallory Kelton. Hadley Keith's second free throw is good. So Salem now with 30 points, Eagles with 13, 4:26 left in the third quarter. So number 15, Mallory Kelton has the ball. She's dribbling, and then they call the foul on Black 15, which I don't even see is in the game. I don't know what just happened there. They called something on 15, which would be Alexis Maudlin, but Alexis Maudlin is sitting out, so I don't know who they called that on. But number 15 for Lanesville is shooting a free throw. That's Mallory Kelton, and her first one went in. So that's going to give Lanesville 14. The second one is also good, giving Lanesville 15, Salem 30. 4:21 left here in the third quarter. Right now, Lanesville has 4 team fouls. Hollowell shoots it from the right corner and airballs it. And now Sidler takes it down to their basket and makes a layup, giving Eagles 17. Salem now with 30. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Both teams are in foul trouble. Lions have 5 fouls and Eagles have 4. So any foul here on out for the rest of the third quarter is going to lead to 2 shots. This is a 30-second timeout. And they are headed back out to the court. 4:08 in the third quarter. In case you missed it, Hadley Keith had an awesome last-second shot at the end of the second quarter. She turned around and shot at half court with 1 second left, a haphazard toss-up, and it banked in and sent Salem into the locker room about 15 points ahead of the Lanesville Eagles. Hadley Keith now with the ball to Redmond. Redmond over to Bat. Bat shoots a 3 from the left side. Misses short. Now Lanesville with the ball. Sidler shoots a 3. That misses long. Redmond gets the rebound and gets it over to Hadley Keith, who's going to bring it up the court. He's passing it over to Hollowell on the right side. Hollowell to the top of the key. To Keith on the right side. Keith does a crossover, and they're going to call a foul on White 21, which is similar. And that's going to give Redmond the ability, going to give Hadley Keith the ability to shoot 2 uncontested shots from the free throw line. First one up, that one is good. Alexis Maudlin is going to check in for Hollowell for Salem. The score is 31-17. Both teams have 5 fouls. Hadley Keith, her second free throw is good. Salem now with 32. Lanesville Eagles with 17. 3:30 left here in the third quarter. It's going to be off Romeo's knee on Lanesville's side. Hollowell checking in for Maudlin. And Salem's Sydney Wilson's going to pass it in opposite of Salem's basket into Hadley Keith, who's bringing it up the court. Keith tries to pass it to Bat. It's deflected, but then recovered. And then number 12, who had gotten that first deflection, got a second deflection. That was Liddy Sayer. So Lanesville ended up with it. Libby Sayer with the ball over to Kelton. Kelton tries to feed it into the post. It's stolen by Bat. Bat bringing it up the court. Passes it off to Hollowell, who shoots a 10-footer on the right side, right corner, and she makes that clean, with giving Salem 34 points. And Lanesville Eagles 17. Lanesville is calling a 30-second timeout with 2:48 left in the third quarter. Score right now is 34-17, 2:48 left in the third quarter. Both teams with 5 team fouls. And we're going to do a quick commercial break.
Jonathan Scott here to tell you that American Family Insurance is committed to protecting your dream home so that your family has a place to share laughs, celebrations, and milestones, which is why their new homeowner discount rewards customers who have purchased a new home in the last 3 years with a discount on their homeowner's policy. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Contact Rodney Bruff, agent at Rodney S. Bruff Agency Incorporated at 812-277-1400 today.
Discount and savings amounts and eligibility will vary. Some restrictions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, its operating company, 6,000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin. Products not available in every state.
We're back, and Lanesville's going to be taking the ball out on the sideline, passing it in to Mallory Kelton. Kelton picks up her dribble, passes it over to Simler. Simler tries to pass it back to Kelton, and it's stolen by Salem. Hadley Keith dribbles it up in a fast break, passes it off to Bat. Bat shoots, misses short on the right side, about 8 feet out, and now Lanesville with the ball. Number 21, Simler, with a wild shot. It's rebounded by Redmond. Redmond passes it ahead to Keith. Keith does a little sidestep with her dribble to line up 6, kind of set up her three-pointer, and they're going to call travel because of that sidestep. So it's going to be Lanesville's ball now. Number 15, Mallory Kelton, bringing it up for Lanesville, passing it to Simler. Simler skips it across court to Libby Sayer. Sayer shoots a long three-pointer, and it's recovered by Adley Day for Salem. Bat now with the ball, passes it to Adley Day, over to Maudlin. Maudlin tries to hit Redmond in the paint, but it is interference by Augenstein for Lanesville. She steals it, brings it up, and they get to the other end, and I'm not sure what happened because I was looking at Augenstein's name. Now entering the game, and Hollowell for Adley Day and Alexis Maudlin. Cindy Wilson passing it in to Hadley Keith. 1:38 left here in the third quarter. 34-17, Salem leading against the Lady Eagles here at Lanesville. Hollowell with the ball at the top of the key. Over to Hadley Keith on the right side. Back to Hollowell at the top. Hollowell tries to bounce pass it in to Amity Bat, but it's stolen, but then Redmond steals it back. And Hollowell now with the ball. And they're going to call a injury timeout. Number 12 for Lanesville, Libby Sayer on the floor. I'm not sure what happened. She's standing up, though. And she's holding maybe her face or her eye. She's walking off the court, so I think she's okay. Salem meeting real quick at the bench, and now dispersing, and now Lanesville meeting in the middle of the court, and now Wade calling his girls back over, and now Lanesville is dispersing, and now Salem's dispersing. Cindy Wilson about to pass it in for Salem. Salem's in a little 4-stack. Cindy Wilson passes it in to Hadley Keith. Hadley Keith bringing it across half court, dishes it over to Bat, over to Hollowell. Hollowell bringing it to the top of the key, over to Bat on the left side. Bat to Hadley Keith across court. Keith dribbles in, tries to get to the paint, and tries to pass it cross court. It's stolen. Amity bat. Oh, I'm sorry. There was a basket made by Lanesville, but I'm not sure who made it. But that's going to give Lanesville 19, Salem 34. Alexis Modlin and Adley Day checking into the game for Hollowell and Redmond. 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Both teams have 5 fouls. 34-19, Salem leading. Romeo over to Kelton. To Romeo to Kelton. Kelton shoots a 3 at the top of the key. And that is good, giving Lanesville 22 with 26 seconds left here in the third quarter. Hadley Keith over to Amity Bat. Bat shoots a layup. Misses short. Sydney Wilson rebounds. Puts it up. Misses short. It's knocked out of bounds by Salem. It's going to be Lanesville's ball. 16 seconds left in the third quarter. It's passed in by Mallory Kelton, who pitches it ahead to Romeo, to Augenstein, to Kelton, to Romeo, to Sidler. 3 seconds. Romeo with a three-pointer, no good. Going to end the third quarter. Salem Lady Lions with 34. Lanesville Lady Eagles with 22. And that'll clear all the fouls going into the fourth quarter. We're going to do a quick commercial break, and we will finish out the fourth quarter together.
We're here at McDonald's Gymnasium, and we're ready for the starting lineup for tonight's big game. The crowd is on their feet, and they're going wild. The team is coming onto the court. Here comes the quarter pounder with cheese, along with the spicy McCrispy and the McDouble. And starting at center tonight will be the Big Mac. And ready to come into the game at any time is a play of fish. Look on the sideline, folks. We have chicken nuggets cheering along with the golden delicious fries. They're hot and always ready. You'll score points every time you bring the family into McDonald's in Salem, West Baden, and Mitchell before or after the game. Don't forget to top off your favorite meal with a cold soft drink and that one-of-a-kind Mickey D's sweet tea. Or hot or cold coffee drink from the McCafe. Order inside or drive-thru now with the 2 lanes and use the mobile app for great deals. And get your food delivered at home or at the curbside. You can order at halftime and enjoy that one-of-a-kind taste without missing the next play. Set a pick and roll on into McDonald's today. You'll be loving it too. Drive-thru open from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. And don't forget to catch W. Esselin's Coach's Corner live at McDonald's in Salem on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. I'm loving it.
All right, we're back here. The Salem Lady Lions versus Lanesville Lady Eagles. And Salem's got the ball. Hadley Keith over to Modlin. Back to Hadley Keith. Back to Modlin. Back to Hadley Keith. Back to Modlin. Swatted away, but Modlin recovers it. Hollowell dribbles into the paint. Bobbles it off of Redmond's knee. Modlin recovers it. Hadley Keith over to Hollowell. Hollowell does a little jump step to set up her shot. While she dribbles it, but they're going to call travel. And the time left in the game, 7:22 in the fourth quarter. It's 34-22. Salem leading against the Lanesville Lady Eagles. Now Lanesville with ball. Kelton over to Simler, back to Kelton, to Romeo. Skip pass over to Kelton, or over to Simler. Feeds it into the post. Post kicks it out to Kelton. Kelton buries the 3 from the top of the key. Eagles now within 9 points of Salem. Keith over to Modlin. Wade calling a spread. Modlin with the ball back over to Keith. They're looking to get Redmond on the inside. And Coach Tomlinson calls a 30-second timeout. That's going to be 6:35 left in the game. 30-second timeout. We're going to do a quick commercial break and come back.
Your farm is more than just land. It's your livelihood and your passion. Springer Insurance and Indiana Farmers Insurance will work with you to review your farm's unique needs and find the right coverage for your home, barn, buildings, equipment, and more. Call Aaron at Springer Insurance in Salem at 812-896-3687 for a farm policy that works as hard as you do.
All right, we're back here. 6:35 left in the game. Salem versus the Lanesville Lady Eagles. Salem into the third quarter, 34-22. Right now, the Lanesville Eagles have caught up within 9. It's 25-34. Salem still winning, 6:26 on the clock. And Hadley Keith with the ball over to Amity Bat. Bat over to Hadley Keith. Keith back to Bat. Bat dribbles into the paint. Kicks it off to Hadley Keith. Hadley Keith tries to hit Redmond. It goes off Redmond's fingertips and out of bounds. And that's going to be Lanesville's ball now. Lanesville bringing it up the court. Kelton over to Magner. Back to Kelton. To similar to Magner. Magner skip pass across court to Simler, and she shoots a three, misses, and that's rebounded by A.J. James underneath the basket. James tries to put it in, misses, but she draws the foul, so she's going to shoot two. That foul was on Amity Bat for Salem. Her second foul of the game and the first team foul of this quarter. And the first free throw is up for Lanesville's Libby Thayer, I believe that is, or A.J. James. I can't tell because of her hair is over her number. She misses the first free throw. And the second free throw is also missed. And they're going to call a foul. I can't tell because there are multiple people going for the ball. On number 35, Sydney Wilson. So that's going to be her second foul, the team's second foul. And the free throw is good for Lanesville's number, I think it's Allie Campbell. No, Kaylee Augenstein. The second free throw is no good. And lots of people running for the ball, chase it out of bounds. They're going to give that to Salem. 5:47 left in the fourth quarter, 34-26. Salem leading against the Eagles. Augenstein's going to come out of the game, and number 12, Libby Sayer, coming in for her. Sydney Wilson passing it in to Hadley Keith. Keith bringing it up the court over to Hollowell. Hollowell to Wilson, and there's a jump ball called between Wilson and Ava Simler. That's going to be Salem's ball under Salem's basket. Hadley Keith is going to pass it in for Salem. Salem's getting in to a stack, and Keith looking for somebody to pass it into. Passes it to Hollowell, but she passed it where Hollowell had previously been, not where she was once she threw it. So went over her head and out of bounds. It's going to be Lanesville's ball now. Opposite of their court, Salem's now in a press at 2-2-1. They're going to look to try to trap. And it's passed in by Lanesville. Goes out of bounds. Number 21, Simler, tries to save it before it went out. And she was not able to do so. So it's going to be Salem's ball under Salem's basket again. Hadley Keith passing it in to Amity Bat at the top of the key. Bat gets a three off, and that is good. He's going to give Salem 37, Lanesville with 26. 5:28 left in the ball game. Simler with the ball for Lanesville. Amity Bat gets a hand on it to slow it down, and Magner still was able to catch it for Lanesville, but there was a foul called. Number 22, I believe, Hollowell. That's going to be Hollowell's fourth. So Alexis Moblin now checking in for Hollowell. 3 team fouls for Salem, 0 for the Eagles. Magner passing it in to Simler on the left corner. Simler shoots a 3, misses long. Rebounded by Lanesville. And number 12 for Lanesville, Sayer shoots a 3 on the right side, misses short. Rebounded by Magner. Put back up under the basket by Mallory Kelton. She misses the shot, but she draws the foul. And that's going to be on Amity Bat, her third foul, team's fourth foul. 5:07 left in the game. Kelton makes that free throw, and that's going to get the score to 27 for Lanesville, 37 for Salem. Kelton puts up the second, and that is good. Going to get him within 9 points. Number 11 checking into the game, Allie Campbell for A.J. James for Lanesville. And now Hadley Keith for Salem bringing it up the court. Keith passes it over to Maudlin. Maudlin back to Keith. Keith dribbling, passes Maudlin on the left side. Maudlin feeds it to Redmond. A nice pass into the post. Redmond turns and shoots it, puts it in. That's going to give Salem 39. With 4:42 left in the game, Eagles 28. Simler about let it go over the half-court line, but she saves it. Simler picks up her dribble, passes it to Magner. Alexis Maudlin almost fouled, but they didn't call it. There's a steal by Cindy Wilson. She got a hand in on when Mallory Kelton was trying to drive to the paint, so now Salem's got the ball. Amity Bat over to Maudlin. 4 minutes left in this game. Hadley Keith at the top of the key, guarded by Magner. Over to Cindy Wilson, over to Hadley Keith. Keith steps out of bounds. She's guarded by 2 people, and her foot caught the edge of the sideline, so she went out of bounds. It's going to be Lanesville's ball. Coming out of the game for Lanesville is number 15, Mallory Kelton. I did not catch who came in for her. Number 24, Madeline Magner, bringing it up the court for Lanesville. Number 11, Allie Campbell with the ball to Magner. She's trying to feed it in the post. Redmond was right there. It went right into her hands. So Redmond for Salem kicks it over to Keith. Back to Redmond to Wilson. To Keith to Amity Bat at the top of the key. Bat picks up her dribble, passes it right into the hands of number 12, Libby Sayer for Lanesville. Sayer runs down, puts up a layup, and Hadley Keith gets a clean block right out of her hands as she's trying to shoot it, but it does go out of bounds on Salem. So it's going to be Lanesville's ball under their basket. It's passed in to Simler, but it goes out of bounds right through her hands. Out of bounds on the sideline, so it's going to be Salem's ball. Hollowell checking into the game for Maudlin. Hollowell with 4 fouls. 3 minutes and 22 seconds left in the game. Bat passes it in to Hadley Keith, who is being tightly guarded by Magner. Keith, they're going to call a reach-in foul on Magner. That's going to be her 5th. So she is going to come out of the game. Good hustle by Magner. She played very aggressive the entire game. So number 15 and 3 are going to enter. 11 coming out for Lanesville. That was Augenstein coming in and Kelton coming in and Allie Campbell out. And then, of course, Madeline Magner fouled out. Hollowell now with the ball for Salem. There's 3 minutes and 11 seconds left in the game. Hollowell over to Sydney Wilson. Back to Hollowell. Hollowell crossing over, passing to Hadley Keith. Hadley Keith doing some nice aggressive dribbling. Now Hollowell trying to find a path in. It looks like they're going to try to hold the ball on the outside. Amity Bat now over to Hollowell. Hollowell on the right corner, being guarded by 2 people. Amity Bat now back to Hollowell, and Lanesville's going to try to stop the clock because they're not in foul trouble. There's 2 team fouls right now, so that foul was on number 21, Ava Simler. And now Amity Bat passing it into Hollowell. over to Hadley Keith at the top left. Hollowell to Keith again. Back to Hollowell. Hollowell over to Bat on the right side, double teamed. And number 12 for Lanesville, Libby Thayer. She gets a hand in there. And that is going to be a foul call on number 12. All right, there's an interception here by Mallory Kelton. She comes down and puts in a layup on her end. And that's going to give Eagles 30 points. Salem's got 39 with 2 minutes left here in the game. Cindy Wilson has the ball, and Coach Tomlinson calls a timeout. It's going to be a full 1 minute timeout. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. The score is 39-30. Salem leading against the Lanesville Lady Eagles. Salem with 4 team fouls. Eagles with 3 team fouls. 1:56 left in the ballgame.
At Papa John's, get your everyday favorites for just $6.99 each when you order 2 or more items from the Papa Pairings menu. When you order more, you save more. Choose from medium one-topping pizzas, boneless or traditional wings, papadillas, breadsticks, cheese sticks, garlic knots, and desserts. It's easy to order all your favorites when they're just $6.99 each. So the next time your friends come over to eat your food, check out the Papa Pairings menu to save. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
All right, we're coming out of a full timeout. We've got 39-30, Salem with 39. Lady Eagles for Lanesville's got 30. There's 1 minute and 56 seconds left in the ball game. Salem with 4 team fouls. Lanesville with 3 team fouls. And it's going to be Salem's ball on the sideline on their side of the basket. Cindy Wilson passing it in for Salem. She gets it in to Hadley Keith. Keith over to Redmond, back to Keith. They're staying close to the half-court line. Oh, they feed it into Bat underneath the basket. About 4 people collapsed on her. Hadley Keith now back with the ball at the top of the key. Over to Hollowell. Hollowell draws the floor foul by Lanesville's number 15. That is Mallory Kelton. And that's going to be their 4th foul. So the next foul by either team is going to lead to 2 free throws. So we're going to take it out here. Hadley Keith's going to take it out under Salem's basket. Checking in for Lanesville, number 1, Romeo. For number 3, Augenstein. And it looks like Lanesville has matched up man-to-man. Hadley Keith passes it in. Bat's got it at the top of the key. And 2 people collapsed on her. And Lanesville is going to have a foul on number 1 who just came in, Romeo. So that's going to be 2 free throws for Amity Bat with 1:33 here in the 4th quarter. Amity Bat preparing for her first free throw. That one is good. And Augenstein is going to check back into the game for Romeo. And Hollowell is coming out of the game. Maudlin coming in for her. We've got Amity Bat on the free throw line. And she may put that free throw up and no good. And it goes out of bounds. And that's going to be Salem's ball again. Coach Tomlinson calling a spread. And all the girls are now spread out all behind the three-point line as far away from each other as possible. Hadley Keith passing it in to Hollowell, who cuts to the paint and puts it in right under the basket while being heavily guarded, giving Salem 42, Lanesville 30. And now number 21 with the ball, Simler. And Lanesville is going to call a and they're also going to sub in Augenstein, and I don't know who for. This is going to be a full timeout, so we're going to go to a quick commercial break. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the Salem Lady Lions versus Lanesville Lady Eagles game.
Drew and Johnson Scott here to tell you that American Family Insurance is committed to protecting your dream home so that your family has a place to share laughs, celebrations, and milestones, which is why their new homeowner discount rewards customers who have purchased a new home in the last 3 years with a discount on their homeowner's policy. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Contact Rodney Bruff, agent at Rodney S. Bruff Agency Incorporated, 812-277-1400 today.
Discount and savings amounts and eligibility will vary. Some restrictions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6,000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin. Products not available in every state.
All right, the full timeout is over, and Salem's got 42. The Lanesville Eagles have 30, and there's 1:14 left in the fourth quarter. Salem's got 4 team fouls. The Lady Eagles have 5, and hopefully this game concludes soon because my phone is at 10%, and that is how I am streaming this game. So we've got number 13 passing it in, A.J. James for the Eagles. Number 15 gets a shot off. That was Mallory Kelton. Shoots a 3, misses. James keeps the rebound, puts it back up, misses. And Salem now with the ball. Amity Bat, she gets the rebound in the very farthest corner of the court, but she stepped out of bounds, so they're going to give the ball to Lanesville. 59 seconds left in the ball game. Lanesville passing it in to Sayer. Sayer over to James. James to Augenstein to Sayer, who shoots a 3 and swishes the 3, giving them within 9 points of Salem with 43 seconds. Hadley Keith now with the ball, passing it off to Hollowell. Hollowell over to Sydney Wilson. Now Redmond with the ball, and Sayer goes ahead and fouls to stop the clock, which is going to give Redmond 2 uncontested shots at the free throw line. 33 seconds left in the game. The score is 42-33. Salem leading against the Lanesville Lady Eagles. Redmond with the first free throw is good. That's going to give Salem a 10-point lead over the Eagles. And she's preparing her second shot. The second shot is no good. The clock is now going, 31 seconds. And Lanesville starts to dribble, and Amity Bat is able to steal the ball. And that was off of Mallory Kelton, who loses control of the ball to Amity Bat and then fouls her to stop the clock. So Amity Bat's going to get 2 free throws. That last foul on number 15, Kelton, was her 5th, so she is now exiting the game. And Amity Bat's going to do her first free throw. That one is good, giving the Lions 44. Eagles at 33, and there's 25 seconds left in the game. And Bat prepares for her second free throw. That one is also good and clean. So 25 seconds left in the game. Salem leading 45-33. Lanesville now with the ball. Sayers got it at the top of the key, dribbling, and Amity Bat gets a hand on it, knocks it almost out of bounds, but then Keith saves it from going out and knocks it into Amity Bat's hands. Now Keith with the ball, and she is going to pass it over to the ref. The game is now going to end 45-33. This is Salem's fourth win in a row. And Coach told me before the game they had won 3 in a row at the tournament. They were just at over the Holly. And that was the first time since 2021 that they've had 3 wins in a row. So this is going to make 4, which is amazing. So I am going to see if I can get some post-game stats real quick from Mr. J.D. Wade-Swift, who is always very generous to share those with us. And we will, if you want to stay tuned, we'll hear those, and then we'll wrap up because I am not very good at post-game analysis without Brock here.
Drew and Jonathan Scott here to tell you that American Family Insurance is committed to protecting your dream home so that your family has a place to share laughs, celebrations, and milestones, which is why their new homeowner discount rewards customers who have purchased a new home in the last 3 years with a discount on their homeowner's policy. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Contact Rodney Bruff, agent at Rodney S. Bruff Agency Incorporated at 812-277-1400 today.
Discount and savings amounts and eligibility will vary. Some restrictions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6,000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin. Products not available in every state.
All right, we got some stats here before we wrap up. We've got Amity Bat finished the game with 9 points, 3 defensive rebounds, 3 fouls, 2 assists, and let's see, we got Marissa Redmond ended with 13 points, 1 offensive rebound, 4 defensive rebounds, 1 foul, 2 assists. Hadley Keith with 9 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and Adley Day with 3 rebounds, 2 fouls. Let's see, Alexis Maudlin with 2 points, 5 rebounds, 2 fouls, 2 assists. Sorry, I'm really slow at this. Kinsley Hollowell, 12 points, 4 fouls, 1 assist. And Sydney Wilson with 2 points, 6 rebounds, 2 fouls, 1 assist. And we are going to go ahead and wrap up for the evening. Great job, Salem. Stay tuned for more games we will not be covering this weekend. The boys and girls games. Becky's going to be at the IU game in California. So, but stay tuned for all the stuff that WSLM has coming up. And thanks for listening. Have a great night. Bye.